Good day, everyone. Welcome back to Clean-Cut EDC. Today, we are finally doing a full review on the Kansept Mini Kryo. And I am quite excited because I have been EDCing this knife, not abusing it and testing it to its very limits, but I have been using it and moderately, of course. And yes, just been having fun with it. There's a few things that I really love about it, and then there's a few things that I wish that they would have improved. But we are going to discuss all of that in this video right here, right now. So firstly, I will give you the dimensions, I will give you the weight, I will give you size comparisons, and I will give you the specs on this guy. But we are just going to take a walkthrough on this lovely knife and see exactly what we have here. So blade shape is a drop point style standard blade shape. We have a straight edge with a little bit of a belly here at the tip, with this bevel that actually reinforced this very fine and functional tip. We can actually say that this is a full flat grind because there's no resistance happening since this bevel angles down. But over here we do have a saber grind going on, and it is still very functional, still a terrific slicer. Not incredibly thin behind the edge, but thin enough to get the job done without much effort. So it almost seemed to me like the straight edge wanted to be a slight recurve. We have the sort of a little bit of a notion there that it wanted to creep in a little bit, but it ended up being a straight edge. And I feel that straight edges are extremely functional, especially when it comes to cutting rope. Something that I find with straight edges as well as recurve blades is that it's difficult for material to roll off them, right? So if you guys don't know what I mean by that, go watch my video on the couple of Voro, and it explains it wonderfully. Now, we do here at the spine have a very functional jumping going on. It is quite deep, but it's not aggressive. It's not aggressive in the sense that it irritates you, but it provides you with terrific grip. So in my opinion, this is very well done jumping. Deployment method will be only the opener hole or the flicking hole. So you will have to reverse flick or thumb flick this knife open. It does run on bearings, which is extremely comfortable to deploy and provides you with a terrific smooth action. No flipper tab, which is definitely preferred by me because this has such a thin, pocket-friendly profile. This is actually a wonderful backup knife, or at least a wonderful pocket knife for urban use. I do appreciate that they didn't put the flipper there. A few of my friends, they want a flipper there because it's easier to deploy, but that will change the whole design. And at the moment, it looks so compact, it looks so futuristic. I feel that the world has enough flippers at the moment. So this is terrific. I love the fact that it doesn't have a flipper. My preferred opening methods is actually thumb studs and opener roll. So yes, I am a little bit biased, but still. Then we come to the scales, and the scales are titanium, wonderfully milled out and contoured in all the right spaces and places to give you a very comfortable ergonomic feel in hand. Now, yes, this knife is on the smaller side. My pinky is hanging either on the edge, or if I want to use the jumping, it will be slightly off the edge. So with that being said, yes, I can't get a full 4-finger grip on this knife, but with the way they contoured the handles, you really get a good lockup on this knife, a very good hold on this knife. Yes, then we also have anodized screws pivot there, and anodized screws, body screws there. We have a backspacer flow-through construction, not backspacers, we have standoffs, flow-through construction, and then we have our titanium pocket clip, which is just plain terrific. Now, this pocket clip is not a deep carry pocket clip, but this does sit very deep in your pocket, or at least it sits deep enough in your pocket. It does provide you with a little bit of a high ride experience, so you will have this corner sticking out when in your pocket. But man, let me tell you, this knife absolutely disappears in your pocket. We have an over travel stop and the frame lock, of course. So one con that I have, right? Besides the fact that I felt that they could have maybe just increased the length of the handle slightly, is this little screw over here, the over travel stop screw. So everything is anodized, right? But then they left that little thing there. Why? You could have just anodized it alongside the the screws of the pocket clip. It would have been at no extra cost, in my opinion. So it's very odd to me that they left it like that. The only reason why they could have possibly left it that way is because they actually wanted it to just disappear. They didn't want to highlight that. But it's visible. So if it's visible, it's not going to disappear. So rather just anodize it, give it a uniform look. But overall, terrific design. Definitely very futuristic, but also very, very functional. Okay, let's take a look and compare it to some other knives. We have the Spyderco Delica here. And what I find very interesting is that the Delica is only a little bit longer than the Mini Kryo, right? But when it comes to the cutting edge, the Mini Kryo is actually taking the Delica out completely. Yeah, so very interesting that the Delica has a smaller cutting edge, but the handle is basically 2 pinky sizes bigger than that of the Mini Kryo. So you definitely get enough blade on this guy, that's for sure. You won't, I haven't felt that I'm missing much blade. I do miss a little bit of handle though, but not much blade. So that's good enough. As I mentioned, earlier, this is more for me a backup knife. I won't necessarily make this my primary knife, but if, let's say, I'm going to a place where I probably won't need a large knife, then I will definitely reach for this guy because it is super cool, classy, and functional. Right, let's also compare it to the Tanter from Pickled Steel. I know I have a few Pickled Steel fans who are subscribers, so let's measure that up against it. Yes, so the Tanter is basically the entire piece of blade that is Tanto-like, right? Curved upwards, longer than our Mini Kryo friend over here. The Tenacious from Spyderco, Emerson opener mod, but that doesn't change the length. Quite a lot bigger. And then just for the hell of it, let's do the PM2. It is a lot bigger than the Mini Kryo. So you guys can see just there's some size comparisons, just to give you guys an idea of what this size is like. Let's do a dimension check. So we have here about an 17 centimeter long knife. We have a blade of about 7.5, maybe just 7.5. Then we have a handle length of about 9.5, which makes sense. And stock thickness, I think, is about 3 millimeters. So definitely a smaller sized pocket knife, but terrific backup knife at least. And as you guys saw there, 7 centimeters on the cutting edge, or 7.5 actually on the cutting edge. That is not bad at all for a smaller knife like this. Now, even though it's smaller, it has some weight to it. I think it's probably because it's a full metal construction. So let's take a look just at the weight that we have here with the Mini Kryo. Now, let's go. Okay, 74 grams. So to compare it to a Freya, right, a 91 grams. So it is lighter than the Freya. Yes, of course, the Freya is going to be bigger, but it is lighter than the Freya. So if you have a Freya or a Met Peacock, right, terrific knives, it is even lighter than that. Lighter than a Qsp Penguin also. So this is a terrific weight. You basically won't feel this in your pocket at all. It will just disappear completely. Terrific action. And yes, runs on ball bearings. So just a phenomenal action. Very smooth, very satisfying little fidget monster. Now the pocket clip goes in and out of the pocket quite nicely. I have found that I wish actually that they extended the pocket clip up to here, just to pass this little gap here, because I have actually found that my clothing tends to want to get caught up in this little gap here as I am putting it in and out of my pocket. It's not like a big deal, but it's still something that happens from time to time. So, or something that I notice at least. So yes, just extend the pocket clip slightly and we have basically perfection when it comes to that. Now, we do have a high ride experience, which, some people like. I like it. Some people don't like it. Some people want full deep carry, but that's also okay. It's only right-hand side tip up. That's the only option you have with it. But just overall, fantastic knife. Really love it. S35VN blade steel, still a fantastic steel. Remember, even though MagnaCut and Maxmit and Crewware and all these wonderful steels are coming out, it does not take away from the functionality of the already awesome super steels that we have. So this is very good steel, good corrosion resistance, actually a good trifecta, right? Good corrosion resistance, good edge retention, and easy to sharpen. Good toughness, takes a good hardness. Also, heat treat on this guy is phenomenal as far as I've seen. So that is just absolutely fantastic. Kansept, they do a good job with their heat treats, I must say that. Also very cool design. I feel that Kansept and Kaiser actually reminds me a lot about one another. This is a sort of that slight Elijah Isham kind of look to it. So yeah, very futuristic, definitely. But terrific knife. No, what I love about it, I love the blade shape. I definitely love the scales. The overall design and look of it is awesome. Yes, it is super functional, good slicer, good cutter, definitely pocket friendly. It is probably one of the most comfortable knives to carry in pocket because it just gets lost, right? You don't have to worry about pocket space or anything like that, and you still have actually a sizable little blade with you. So that's terrific. Now, what I don't like the fact that the screws aren't uniform. I have found that the action sometimes is a little bit difficult, or the deployment at least is a little bit difficult with larger hands, because you really need to creep in and sort of tuck the knife away and then launch it out. Whereas stuff like, for instance, the tenacious, it's just, oh man, you don't really need to have a good grip. I feel like I need to hold on to the knife before I deploy it. Otherwise, I almost feel like it's gonna just shoot out of my hand. Thumb flicking is not the best on this guy, so you do need to sort of be a good reverse flicker if you are going to actually carry this and use it often and deploy it well. So yeah, as you guys can also see, I need to reach down here basically and use the very bottom part of the little opener hole to actually be able to deploy it, because I can't really get my finger up here and leverage it to actually deploy. So it's it's just something that you need to get used to with smaller blades. But yeah, that's okay. Now, one thing I have to say is that yes, the Delica has a little bit of size on it, but not that much, right? Now, the blade is bigger than that of the Delicas, or at least the cutting edge is bigger than that of the Delicas. But why not just add a little bit on the handle? Just give me a little bit more, and this would be just a dream to carry around. Such a cool knife. Love it. There's also a larger Kryo, which I don't have, but there's also a larger Kryo that I feel probably would be a very good knife for me. So if I see that one, I will try and pick it up and compare it to this one, and we'll see what we've got. As for titanium knife, a premium steel, titanium scales, very, very nice knife. Very, very good price also. I'll just include the price right there. But it's a very good price for a titanium knife. Titanium knives aren't cheap, and this one neither is this one, but it's still a very good price for what you are getting, and this will last you probably your entire life. So terrific job, Kansept. Well done on the Mini Kryo. Well done on the awesome little pocket-friendly titanium premium knife. It is epic. I love it, and I will continue to carry it around. Guys, have a knife day, and remember that no knife means no life.